Hey guys, welcome to Juicy Tea, where I read out the best stories on Reddit, so you don't have to. The funny, shocking, and satisfyingly juicy. Today's video is Sussy Sunday, where we try and find the truth. Am I the a-hole for telling my friend she should have seen her husband and her friend's affair coming? Posted by Real Basil 8487. Background: I, 35 female, was friends with Julia, 35 female, and Alex, 34 female. We've been friends since college, but our tiny group expanded from 3 to 7. This story is about Julia and Alex. 2 years ago, we all came to know that Alex was having an affair with a married man. Her excuse was that he was unhappy and that's why he was seeking outside validation. I advised her to stop it and that this was not healthy because he would not leave his wife. She didn't listen and accused me of being a bad friend. All of my friends were against it, but to them, it was not my monkey, not my circus. So, I contacted the wife and told her everything. I knew who the wife was because the married man had once introduced us. Everyone in my friend group turned against me, especially Julia because she thinks I betrayed my friends. She stopped talking to me because if I can betray a close friend of mine, then I can betray her as well. Alex was heartbroken because the married man decided to work on his marriage, so he broke things off with Alex. Julia was with Alex and I was shunned from our group. Now, a few weeks ago, I got a call from Julia. She was crying and telling me that Alex betrayed her. Alex has been having an affair with her husband, and she's heartbroken because she supported Alex, and this is how she repays her. Even our friend group is divided. How? What could Alex's defense possibly be? This friend group is nuts. I was angry in the moment. I mean, she ignored me for 2 years, badmouthed me, and said that I was wrong. I literally warned her that Alex was toxic. So I told her she should have expected this from Alex. Wow, kind of harsh given that Julia came to her for support during a rough time, but bad timing aside, I kinda actually agree with OP. Wasn't expecting that from the title. Doesn't Julia support Alex having affairs with married men? I mean, she hasn't changed. She's still doing the exact same thing. Except now it's Julia's husband she's sleeping with. Bloody double standard. Does the first wife just get zero empathy because she isn't Julia's mate? I mean, did she really think Alex would be loyal to her when she already did something immoral? I knew the moment she made excuses for having an affair with a married man, her morals were compromised. I'm not religious, but I do at least have the basic respect for other people and their feelings. Suffice to say, I'm not surprised Alex went after her husband. I do think I went too far because some of my friends said I was too harsh on her. Even if what I said was true, I should have been more sensitive because she's going through a divorce. I do sympathize with Julia, but I also feel that as friends, we sometimes need to tell the hard truth. I know I said all this when I was angry, but part of me says she needed to hear that. Was I wrong? Update. First of all, I do not regret telling the wife about the affair. My friend was doing something bad and psychopathic in my opinion. She happily contributed to destroying a family, knowing the man she was dating was married. I know the blame should be on him, but she also needs to take some accountability for her actions. If I was getting cheated on, I'd want to know. So I guessed the wife would also want to know. I know a lot of you have shamed me, but I just don't care. I was not the affair partner, so why should I take the blame? I was simply a messenger. Now to the actual update. I spoke to Julia and said that I was sorry. I shouldn't have punched her when she was down, and she was already going through a bad time. I know a lot of you have told me to just cut her off, but I realized I was too harsh on her. Even if what she did 2 years ago was wrong, she came to me because she needed a friend. I can sympathize with her in her tough times. She just went on and on about how she felt betrayed by Alex when she's always defended her, even when her own parents disowned her. Out of curiosity, I asked if she planned to divorce her husband or try to work things out. She said she's going for a divorce. Her husband is begging her for another chance and will cut off all contact with Alex. He even offered to open their marriage on her end, but she is headstrong on a divorce. She asked for my forgiveness and I forgave her, but I still don't want anything to do with her. I feel sorry for her and I hope she finds peace, but our friendship will never be restored to what it once was. She said she understands, and this is probably her karma or God punishing her. She's quite religious. That's the end. I hope she takes him to the cleaners. From the grapevine, I heard that Alex has been shunned from my former friend group because now they're all afraid she might go after their husbands. And as for Alex, I do believe she's a psychopath who enjoys breaking up families. I don't think any amount of exposing will work on her because she has no shame. She deliberately goes after married and committed men. I'm glad I cut ties with her way before she could get to me. That's it. Have a great life and stay away from all the Alexes of this world. I recently found my partner's secret life. Our next story comes from the Relationship Advice subreddit, posted by a throwaway account. My partner, 28 male, and I, 27 female, have been together for almost 10 years. We have 3 amazing children together, ages 7, 4, and 10 months. We've basically grown up together. We're not legally married, but he did propose in 2018, right before we bought our house, and we've called each other wife and husband ever since. I'm not going to romanticize our relationship because it's far from perfect, but I always thought we'd be the couple to grow old together. He works a very demanding job that my dad also had, so I know the hours are long. I've been a stay-at-home mum for almost 5 years and I homeschooled our children. At first, I stayed home because I was severely ill. I almost didn't survive childbirth. But then he asked me to stay home with our kids because it'd be cheaper than daycare. This year, he asked me to homeschool as well. We've recently been in very rocky waters as I have a never-ending list of expectations and all he has to do is go to work. Because of this, we've talked about separating for a few weeks now, but we don't want to disrupt our kids' routines. Well, then I get a text from my cousin's ex-wife. She explained she needs to reach out to me, girl to girl, and send me some screenshots of my partner on Tinder. The pictures that he used were taken a couple of days before, so I know it wasn't an old profile. He used a different name, a name that we'd agreed on for future baby number 4 if it was a boy. I of course thanked her, but I really didn't want to believe it. He's always talked down on cheaters since his dad was a huge womanizer and it caused a lot of trauma for him and his family. So, I made a catfish Tinder to see for myself. Well, I had no luck, so I just pretended like nothing was wrong and went about our daily lives for a few days. It was extremely hard, especially since I'm not good at hiding my feelings at all. But I couldn't stand not knowing anymore. Yesterday, I made one of his favourite dinners and even made a pie so that he would go into a food coma and go to bed earlier. It worked, and he was out by 8:30. I let my older kids stay up to watch a few movies so that bedtime was postponed while I snooped. I have never snooped in his phone or even had a reason to do so. We both have each other's passcodes and we'll use each other's phones often. It's a line that I've always said can't be uncrossed. I found so much, all in plain sight. Not much was hidden. No, Tinder was not on his phone, but he was texting 3 different numbers that were obviously girls from there. They all called him by the fake name. They sent pictures back and forth. I found at least 4 different Snapchat threads that were him emotionally cheating with more girls, calling each other babe and honey bun, which is what he calls me. Text messages that say he's a single dad and the mum doesn't want anything to do with the kids. Explicit pictures sent back and forth. And when I thought that was it, I found the hidden pictures folder. Not only does he have all the nudes saved of these women, and mine, he has a video of him receiving mouth kisses on his second head with a girl who used his real name. I used my phone to take pictures and videos of everything and sent them to my email. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet, but I have them. Also, I looked back on our text thread on the date that correlates with the video, a month after I gave birth. And I saw it was one of the many times he would say he was going out with the boys. He even texted me that night and told me how much he loved me and how he's going to take me to breakfast in the morning. It's funny because I would cry to him around that time and asked if he wasn't in love with me anymore. I would cry and he would hold me and say that he only loved me and they could never hurt me like his dad hurt his mum. I haven't slept. I don't know him. I'm literally sick to my stomach. I vomited all throughout the night. But when he woke this morning, I pretended like I was too tired to get up with him. And the even funnier thing is that I have nothing. No money, no family to turn to. I own nothing on my own. We both own the house. No credit cards, bad credit, literally nothing. He doesn't even have a lot of money, or credit either. But I'm completely dependent on him, and I'm not sure how long I can pretend like nothing's wrong. So, I turn to you Redditors. Please tell me what to do. Please give me any useful advice. Get a lawyer and do it secretly. Don't give him a heads up. Ask the lawyer what evidence to gather and get it before he can burn it all. You aren't dependent on him. Half of the assets are yours. It's not his money and his assets. They're joint. You contributed just as much via unpaid labor, saving the family daycare and schooling costs. Remember, I post new content every day, so subscribe for more juicy tea.